Every year in the NFL, it's a new team. As far as goals go, we have one. Putting the ring on our finger.
Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer Podcast. This is Ralph Phillips.
I'm Molly Bay.
Today is February 1st, 2022.
AKA the worst day of my life.
AKA Molly's been crying all day.
I'm so depressed.
Well, in case you have been living under a rock, Tom Brady is no longer a member of the NFL. He announced his retirement this morning. And 31 other teams are extremely happy. The Buccaneer fans are not.
Mm-mm.
Hey, we got 2 years. It was a great run. Definitely gave me a new perspective on quarterback play and what makes a great quarterback and who is the greatest quarterback that's ever been. And it's definitely Tom Brady. I am, sad to see him go. There's no doubt about that. But we all knew it was going to happen eventually.
I know, but they could have given us some more lead time and prep time. Like, I didn't have time to emotionally prepare. I just feel completely blindsided by this. Completely.
Well,
Probably the only person on the planet.
Yeah, Adam Schefter has been telling you for a week.
Forget Adam Schefter. I don't take what he says.
Even TMZ was in on it.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was funny. We had talked in the podcast we did yesterday about how, if he did it, he was going to do it. If Brady announced his retirement, he'd probably do it after the Super Bowl. But then I forgot that there was a 2-week stretch between now and the Super Bowl. So I would have said, well, he might do it in this time period. But
I think Schefter forced his hand.
I don't know. It's speculation. I don't know. He might have. I think he was going to announce it earlier, and then Schefter came out, and Brady waited a day or so. It's just sad. Sad stuff.
Well, it's sad for a lot of reasons. First of all, for the sport. I mean, it's the end of an era.
Yeah.
We witnessed the greatest football player of all time. You can't dispute that. I don't understand how people try to argue that he's, his Super Bowls are with asterisks maybe you can make that argument about 1, but 7, stop it.
Yeah, just the numbers alone make the case. But, he was a boring quarterback. Just wasn't. But people are used to these dynamic, flashy quarterbacks now.
But there was something there. There was something that made him special. I don't think that we're ever going to know what it is. I don't think that we can. I think that it's those intangibles, those immeasurables that you can't replicate. I mean, it's never going to happen. We're never going to see another Tom Brady.
No.
He's the GOAT. Stop trying to say it's Pat Mahomes. It's not. Stop.
He's the next Michael Jordan.
Yeah. But it's sad also for the Buccaneers as Buccaneer fans. I'm not prepared to rebuild yet.
Yes, I know.
Like, I thought we were done with this. It's very frustrating to me. I'm like, damn it. Like, here we go again. Because Tom Brady attracted a lot of names. And they came here to play with Tom because they knew that they had a chance to win a championship with him. And a lot of them took less money and, we're not going to get that anymore. No one's going to want to play here. I mean, they might, but how we had 2 years of not having to overpay for above average talent. And it feels like we're back to square one again. And then, there's the vacuum at quarterback, which is, oh God, not that again.
Yeah. Yeah. And Rob Gronkowski, I'm pretty sure he's going to retire. I mean, that's almost a given. So we're going to be down to.
Well, I just wonder if Gronk would be Gronk without Tom. I don't know.
Nobody
never
will ever
seen
know.
it. Yeah, we've never seen it, so we don't know. Yeah, so that's upsetting and frustrating to me. I'm not ready for that part. Ugh, that sucks. It just sucks. Everything's stupid. I hate this game. I hate this sport. Can we quit, Ralph? We need to have a talk.
Well,
I'm retiring too. How about that?
I always said when Tom Brady retires, the NFL is going to take a big hit. And, with the way they've been doing things lately, I know a lot of people that have watched football their whole life and they haven't watched football in years because it's just getting ridiculous, a lot of the aspects of it. And, with Tom Brady leaving, most people didn't like Tom Brady for this reason or that reason, whatever, mainly because he's top dog. But, with him being gone, it's leaving a power vacuum up top. And, who's going to replace that? I mean, you say Patrick Mahomes, but he's shown a lot of chinks in his armor. Aaron Rodgers, how long is he going to last? I don't see anybody coming up that's, even anywhere near Tom Brady level of stardom.
No, they can't touch his legacy or his skill or any of that. Mm-hmm. So I just think stop. I think first of all, we should stop making these silly comparisons because you just trivialize what he did.
Yeah.
To act like, oh, Pat Mahomes is the next Tom. No, there is no next Tom Brady.
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't think it'll ever happen again.
Yeah. But I mean, it does beg the question, like who's the next best quarterback? I mean, next man up, who's the best quarterback in the NFL now?
Right. Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Burrow, but to see, I'm just not a fan of those mobile quarterbacks because they're, just don't seem to last long.
Right. You need to give those I think any quarterback, when you're evaluating to see where they are as far as you need a big sample size of their games. We can't just take a season or two where they did well after no one really had film on them and then crown them the GOAT. We can't do that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, the NFL's lost a big attraction, a big draw. A lot of people, like I said, most NFL fans hated Tom Brady, one, because he wasn't on their team. But, a lot of people spite watch. They'll watch games because they want to see Tom Brady fail. Mm-hmm. And without that, it's just, I think that, viewership's going to continue to go down for the NFL. When are they going to get another Tom Brady? Never. It's never going to happen. Mm-mm. But, people have short memories. Next year, Joe Burrow might be the big talk. It depends on who wins the Super Bowl here. They're going to be the big talk and everybody's going to say they're the next up and comer or whatever. And, people will move on. But there is, you just can't replace Tom Brady. I mean, you're going to hear that a gazillion times from everybody from Jason Licht to us lowly fans. You can't replace Tom Brady. And then it goes to the NFL. You're never going to replace a star like that. When Michael Jordan left the NBA, it stumbled. When Dale Earnhardt died in NASCAR, it, went downhill. It just happens in just about every sport. When the stars go, the sport itself takes a big hit. So we'll see. We'll see what the NFL does about this. But as far as the Buccaneers are concerned, we've got Trask. Kyle Trask, Light said in his press conference a little while ago that they're not crowning him starter yet. So we'll see how that all turns out.
I hope they work some magic in the off season.
And get a veteran?
Yeah, let's do that. Well, there are a couple I'm good with. There are a couple I am not good with.
Who's your list? Who do you want?
Aaron Rodgers, number one.
Okay.
That's a no-brainer. I think he'll retire a Packer, but we'll see. Number two, I would take Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Why that piece? I thought you liked him.
I like him as a person.
Okay.
Not as a quarterback. See, I'm spoiled on the pocket passing quarterbacks now.
Well, I think he's a little more judicious with the running than he used to be. Mostly because his offensive line is trash in Seattle. Like, come here. We got a good offensive line. We'll take care of you, Russ. Come on. Yeah, that's pretty much my exhaustive list.
Damn. What about Garoppolo?
No. Why are they? No, stop.
They're looking to get rid of him.
Stop.
Looking for a trade partner.
I've seen that on Twitter today. And I'm like, did anyone watch the championship? Anyone?
Well, unfortunately, I think that's, Garoppolo is the standard for quarterbacks. I mean, he is what you're going to see everywhere now because, even though he's a pocket passer, he's got that Mahomes effect. He tries to do silly stuff, get those highlight reels. It's just, the quarterback position is infected with that now. Mm-hmm. Something we were going to do is make a compilation video of all the quarterback silly plays this year. It was just ridiculous.
How Pat Mahomes ruined the quarterback position was going to be the title.
Well, he gets so much love and attention from the media and the sports world and the fans because of some of this crazy stuff he does. Of course, ignoring all the silly stuff he does.
Oh, the normies love him.
Yeah,
it is weird.
It is crazy.
The power of marketing. I've had two people who do not follow football who, I've briefly mentioned football to or whatever. And that's the first thing they say. I really like that Pat Mahomes guy.
Pat Mahomes, yeah.
Good marketing by the NFL.
Well, he's everywhere. I mean, he does the commercials. He's, on every broadcast, they're comparing every quarterback to Patrick Mahomes. Who was it? Was it Troy Aikman that said he was the next Michael Jordan 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Or something. Was that Troy Aikman that said that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
And we were just like, what? Michael Jordan?
Stop.
Good Lord. He hasn't even been in the league 5 years and you're already crowning him Michael Jordan?
I know. Oh, man. Yeah. And then there's a long list of quarterbacks I don't want anywhere near the Buccaneers. Garoppolo is one. Deshaun Watson was leading a poll on Twitter. And I'm like, ew.
You sent me that screenshot. Somebody had put a poll up asking who would you like to replace Tom Brady? And they had Jameis Winston. Was Garoppolo in the list?
I think Garoppolo.
Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson had the most votes. I was like, you got to be.
I'm like, we don't need it. I think because he's like Jameis. Everyone's comfortable with Jameis because we had to watch him for 5 years. And some people watched him in college for that long. 3 years.
Well, again, I think it's, just people just like those dynamic quarterbacks now. It's what everybody wants. The pocket passes are a thing of the past. And hopefully if the Rams win, Stafford could bring pocket passing back a little bit more. I don't know. But it's a shame. I think it's, it's just moving away from that to the big playmakers, the run around guys and Ben Roethlisberger's and Aaron Rodgers are, they're like a mix, Yeah. And Russell Wilson, he's kind of a mix, I guess, but.
Yeah. Yeah. Who you got on your list? Who would you take?
Who I think's going to be available or just
wish list.
Wish list. I don't know. I like Joey Burrow. Josh Allen. I'd take Mahomes if he was available. I mean, I know I'm saying all this, but then I'm going straight for it.
I can't.
Why not? I mean, the league's going that way. Might as well go with the wind.
Go down in flames with everybody else.
Yeah. Definitely Aaron Rodgers. I think he would be the top grab if we could get him. I like Derek Carr.
Yeah, that's one tolerable. I wouldn't be upset.
Justin Herbert. I like him a lot. Let's see. Who else do we got? The guy from Jacksonville. I like him.
Lawrence.
Yeah, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. I get him and Trey Lance confused.
Yeah.
The TL.
He's definitely a work in progress.
Isn't everyone at Jacksonville?
Yeah. Let me see.
Did we draft somebody?
I wouldn't think so.
I don't think so either. Because Trask, he kind of fits that.
Yeah.
Gabbert. God, if they promote Gabbert.
Oh, geez.
I'll quit.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to.
No. I'll tell you what, it's really mixing up the NFC South. That's for sure. You've got, the Saints. They don't know who their quarterback is. Mm-hmm. They got, new coaches coming. The Panthers are not going to be a threat for a long time, even if their coach makes it out of this season alive. Falcons, what's going to happen with Matt Ryan this year? We don't know.
Yeah, they got to pay him like $45 million.
I know.
Like, it's absurd. And
the Saints are like negative $80 million against the cap this year. They got some big problems coming up.
Wow.
Fortunately, we don't have that issue. The issue we do have is all the free agents we have. We got a crap ton of free agents. Do you have a list?
I don't, but I'll pull it up. I know off the top of my head, Jensen is a free agent.
I think Colston is too. Godwin,
Fournette,
Sue,
Ronald Jones.
Yeah, pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Except Mike Evans and Villa. I think our offensive line is good though, right? Except Jensen.
No, I want to say Kappa too. But I was like, yeah, we can do... No, and I think Stinney. Trendy. Okay, I pull up Spot Rack. And it says trending players, Tom Brady, right up top. Kill me now. And just stick the knife in and twist it. I hate everything.
That's funny. Kirk Cousins from Minnesota.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No. Okay, I'm glad. Like, I can see where you can make the case for it, but no thanks. Not interested. He's kind of a Jameis Winston to me.
Well, you've got Bruce Arians, who is the quarterback whisperer. He might be able to do something with some of these guys, like a Ryan Tannehill. I know,
but we thought
Garoppolo.
he could do something with
Jameis.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's not a genius. Like, I love BA and,
Here's something crazy along those lines. Speaking of Jameis Winston, remember he had 30 interceptions when we got rid of him? Mm-hmm. Do you know what the most interceptions this year is?
21.
It's Matthew Stafford with 17.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Wow, Jameis. Right. You like crushed that record.
I know. It's like so bad, man. So bad. Trevor Lawrence is tied with Stafford with 17 as well.
Oh my gosh. Okay, are you ready to listen to this this list of our free agents? It's not bad. It's about normal. 25. We got 25. Godwin is the only receiver. Which sounds good. Gronk and OJ at tight end. Jordan Whitehead and Andrew Adams at safety. Josh Wells at tackle. All of our running backs except for Vaughn. Fournette, Jones, Giovanni Bernard, and Le'Veon Bell. So we'll be definitely retooling that running back room, I think. Blaine Gabbert at quarterback, Zach Triner, the long snapper, Kevin Minter at linebacker, Aaron Stinney, and Alex Kappa. Curtis Riley at free safety. I don't know who that person is. Never heard of him. Ndamukong Suh and Steve McClendon. JPP, Golston, Pat O'Connor. And then at cornerback, Richard Sherman, Carlton Davis, and Rashard Robinson, and Ryan Jensen at center.
Okay, so the big ones are Ryan Jensen, Carlton Davis, Whitehead, Sue, Godwin.
Yeah. He's not coming back.
Yeah, I wouldn't see. He's going to try to get money.
Yeah.
And we don't give money to running backs.
No. And I think JPP will probably retire.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
I think this year was kind of rough on him.
Yeah, I agree. And I think like with older players, it's kind of contagious. You know, the retirement. We're going to get a lot of retirement bugs. I think Richard Sherman, he's going to retire for sure.
I wouldn't even consider him on the roster, to be honest with you.
No, not really. Yeah, you're right. Sue might retire. I don't know.
Yeah, he might.
I mean,
although, again, it's amazing. The guy has never missed a game from injury.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. But, he's got the 2 babies and
he's got his businesses.
Yeah, he's got a ton of businesses. So he's got plenty to occupy his time and attention. So.
And he's made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's made as much money as Brady has.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah. I mean, his contract, when McCoy got his, it was pretty much similar, right?
Yep, like $110 million or something.
Something like that.
They were the last class of the big money draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he retired, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed either.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Or if he went somewhere else, I
think it's going to be an indication of how everyone feels about the coaching staff and our prospects going forward.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a big tell to see how much of the team is still bought in. And that's a little scary. I mean, that uncertainty with,
yes,
how's our locker room without Tom Brady?
The Ndamukong Suh has made $166 million.
Wow.
In 11 years.
Good for him.
Woo. Oh my gosh.
That's just an ungodly amount. And then to think about,
that's generational wealth.
Yeah, that's just from NFL contracts. That's not from his businesses or investments or anything like that. So, whew. I wonder what his net worth is.
Oh, I was wrong. Brady in 22 years has made $292.6 million. No, 0.9 million. We'll say $293 million. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also played twice as long as Sue. Wow. A lot of money these people are slinging around, ain't it?
Yeah.
To play a game.
Yep. You are correct.
I chose the wrong career.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's going to be a tough, man. The opening phrase of our podcast, every year it's a new team, man. This one is going to be, it's going to be tough. But it's fun at the same time. You got hope. You got, we'll be excited. I know it hurts right now, but
I have no hope.
We never, with Trask, if he, during the training camp, just slinging it around and Evans is making great catches, we're going to be like, oh, he might be the next Tom Brady. Yeah. Could happen. Or Gabbard out there just lighting it up.
Stop. You want to hear the list of free agent quarterbacks?
Yes. What do we got?
Ryan Fitzpatrick is right at the top.
Now, wouldn't that be funny? Comes back here, we win a Super Bowl.
Well, I would love to see him added to the roster just for the Saints games because he seems to have their number where we can't get it together. So we need a little Fitzmagic against the Saints. Andy Dalton?
No.
Cam Newton?
No.
Tyrod Taylor?
No.
Jameis Winston?
Nope.
That's another one, too. I'm like, y'all quit talking about him coming back here.
Yeah.
That's not happening. Jacoby Brissett.
No.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Nope. Bridge made of glass right there.
Yeah. Joe Buck's fan was talking about him coming here. I'm like, ugh.
I will say this. I love Joe Buck's fan. I think they're the hardest working guys in the Bucks media. But man, they are horrible at player evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really bad.
Marcus Mariota.
No.
Joe Flacco.
No.
Mitch Trubisky.
Good Lord, no. What is going on here?
It's all the really bad ones. There is no free agent quarterback market. Tim Boyle.
Ugh.
Blaine Gabbert.
Oh, he's a free agent.
He is.
We should get him.
Chad Henne. I didn't even know he was still in the league.
I know. Good Lord.
He's got to be pushing 40
Is
at
Geno
least.
Smith on here?
I know. Yeah.
He
Sure,
is.
yeah.
Oh, my God. Mike Glennon is, too.
I know. Brandon Allen. I don't know who that is.
No idea.
AJ McCarron.
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy. He's another one of those Blaine Gabberts. I think they were in the same generation.
Gunslingers.
Yeah.
Chase Daniel, Brian
I didn't
Hoyer.
know they were still in the league. Oh, didn't Brian Hoyer start for the Texans at one point?
There is nobody on this list.
Nobody.
That I would be happy with.
No.
Colt McCoy, maybe.
What is wrong with you?
I like his name. Colt McCoy.
I know he sounds like a quarterback.
Yeah,
For sure.
Gunslinger for sure. You got to be.
Yeah, so the quarterback market sucks. Our only hope is a discontented veteran on another team.
Yeah, there's always
trade.
Yeah, it always happens every year. Some quarterback gets traded somewhere else. But, to be honest with you, I want a homegrown team. I miss that. I love our team. I love this team. But it's got too many guns for hire, too many free agents, mercenaries on it, to last. I want like we had in the 90s Bucks with everybody was homegrown. We drafted everybody. Brad Johnson eventually came in and Keyshawn Johnson. But, our whole defense, except for Simeon Rice, was, drafted by the Buccaneers. And a lot of them were Florida guys. So that's what I want to see. But you just don't get that much anymore.
Mm-mm. We have it a little bit, I would say, on defense. The defensive line, not so much. But
the whole secondary, they're all our guys that we picked up, except for
Sherman?
Delaney. Yeah. Yeah, Sherman. I ain't even counting him.
I don't really count Delaney. He's like a third straight. I don't really count him.
Yeah, so, they're all young guys picked by the Bucks. We got Vita. Golston is still on the team. Mm-hmm. He's not a free agent?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
Man.
Levante, do you think Levante is going to retire?
I think he could.
I do too.
Based on what we saw in this last game, I don't know. I think, what Tom said in his farewell post was that if you're not 100% in it, and to me, I feel like Levante is not 100% in it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked to see him retire.
Well, we got Devin White.
Mm-hmm.
We got 52 linebacker. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We got Cam Gill.
Stewart.
Yes. So we've got a foundation there. It'd be nice, if Trask could do something, get him out there. We'd have Godwin and Evans. Then you could say, hey, this is a homegrown team that'll be around for a while. Because that was the big thing with getting Brady and Arians and Gronkowski and Antonio Brown and Fournette. We were like, This is a 1 year thing, and then we were lucky to get him back next year. And you just knew it wasn't going to happen for a third year, but there was an 80% chance it wasn't going to happen. There was some hope there, and we were clinging to it. And Hopium is strong medicine,
I didn't
man.
even think that he would do it. It didn't feel like a farewell season to me.
Yeah, that's true. I really thought he'd go out with a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, he played great. Hell, he led the league in every category except interceptions. And, just decided that's it. And it surprises me because, the game is only, 2 weeks past, our loss. And it still hurts me. And I didn't put as much into it as those guys. I wouldn't make a decision because you're just, you got these emotions going on. It's never good to make decisions when you're emotional. And, he might have had this planned for a long time, said, this is it. And Giselle was probably like, I need you to stay home and watch the kids. Or let's just retire and enjoy our kids. He's got the young kids. And I don't know. Seems like I'm with you. I thought he was going to stay another year at least.
We would at least get some warning, some kind of advance.
Adam Schefter gave us warning.
Fuck that guy. I hate him. I still hate him. I hate him more now.
Wow. That's
I just need someone to direct my anger at.
There you go, man. Take it out on him.
Yeah.
Don't do it to me.
Yeah.
Oof.
I would never.
Yeah, there's nobody on this list. We've already got Blaine Gabbert. Brian, what's his face? So the quarterback we've had on our practice squad for 13 years.
Griffin.
Ryan Griffin. Let's throw him out there. Oh, man. Oh, that reminds me. Fact check follow-up.
Why bother?
I know. Nacho got 33 snaps and Vita got 34 snaps.
Okay.
I think I'd said 36, 35, and I said Nacho had gotten more. No, Vita got one more snap than Nacho did. It's kind of strange. Last year when Vita got hurt, broke his leg, he came back in the playoffs, and he played about that many snaps for the first game or two, about half. But he's been healthy. I don't know why we didn't play him in full. Yeah, he normally plays about 70%, 80%, right? Somewhere between 60 and 80%. I don't know. A weird game. Arian said he's going to stay. Do you think there's a possibility he might change his mind? If the coaches, if the coaches, his assistant coaches get pulled elsewhere, then if he has an exodus of a few, big assistant coaches, I think he'll retire too. Because he doesn't want to. I don't think he wants to coach up a young quarterback.
No, it's a lot of work to put all that together. If you've got most of the pieces in place and you just gotta, fill in a couple holes, that's one thing. But yeah, if you have a mass exodus of staff and players, that's too much, and he can't at this point with his health and his age. He can't. He doesn't have the capacity for all that.
Yeah. And plus, getting those young quarterbacks out there, they're going to make you look dumb. They'll make the coach look dumb. They're going to make some stupid mistakes throughout the year. Everybody's going to blame Arians.
Yeah.
You don't want to go out like that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, so I think it's going to depend on what happens in the next month or so. How many guys we lose to retirement. How many coaches get hired elsewhere.
I do not want Teddy Bridgewater or any of these second-tier quarterbacks.
Look good.
No.
None of them.
No. I'm with you.
I'm going to be pining after Tom Brady for the rest of my football life. No, he's the one that got away, guys. We're never going to get another quarterback like that.
Yeah.
Ugh, it hurts so much.
Well, the good news is that his merchandise is on sale because he's retired.
Yeah.
Probably not on the NFL.com,
No.
but I think I saw on Fansided it was like 40% off or something. So go out and get your jerseys. They ain't going to be around long.
Yeah.
Man. Tough day. That started off your day. I sent that to you right as soon as you got to work. I was like, hey, check this out.
Hey, look. Molly.
Ruin your day, man. You're welcome. So that's not the only news in the NFL. We've got quite a few things going on to really spice things up. Antonio Brown, he was on HBO, Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel, a few days ago. Mm-hmm. Apparently, he is filing a lawsuit against the Buccaneers for defamation. Or he's going to. He's planning on it. He's filing a suit against the Buccaneers for claiming that they put him out, that Arians wanted him out there. He said his ankle was hurt and Arians was forcing him to go out and play. Most ridiculous damn thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, this guy, he's got issues. There's no doubt about that. Anybody on the planet can see it. It's just blatantly obvious.
Well, he said that the team offered him, Jason Light offered him $200,000 to seek mental help.
Right. And he's mad about that. I'm like, no, dude, you should have taken that.
I'm like, that's a sign. Like, they're going to drop some money. You got some billionaires that are going to part with some of their money just so that you'll go see a shrink.
Yes.
It's probably a good indication.
He said, we're going to hold, he didn't say this, his lawyer said this. We're going to hold to account the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Bruce Arians, the general manager, to the extent anyone who's responsible for this spin that Antonio isn't reliable to do a good job playing football because he doesn't have the mental fortitude to do it. That's what they're talking about, the defamation case they're going to file.
No one at the organization said that.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's so much evidence that the guy's a nutcase. And, I mean, both of these cases can be thrown out real easy by just showing the clip of him running off the field. One, he ran off the field, doing jumping jacks, taking his equipment off, jumping up and down, blah, 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 blah. His ankle was fine. Mm-hmm. His ankle was fine. And he looked like a crazy person. So, anybody with any sense is going to go, well, he doesn't look hurt and he looks like a crazy person. Mm-hmm. So there's no defamation that you can, I mean, everybody says that, Antonio Brown's a crazy person. He'd have to sue everybody on the planet. But then, of course, ESPN, they write an article on this. Our favorite Buccaneer beat writer at ESPN, she wrote this dripping with, how horrible he was treated article. And not once in any of these articles do they mention that he ran off the field like an idiot, like a crazy person. It's so weird how they flip this stuff. Here it is. They write these articles about, he did the whole vaccine fake card or whatever, which we don't know the truth behind that. The NFL did their own investigation, I assume, but it never came out what, they just ruled that, we're just going to suspend these three guys. But so, they're all like, ooh, we hate Antonio Brown now. He's horrible. FBI needs to get him and he's putting people's lives in danger. And now all of a sudden it's like this poor guy was being forced to go out and play and they were trying to say he's crazy. None of them mentioning the fact that he's running off the field with a supposed hurt ankle and disrobing like a maniac. And then go back and look at the game, the all 22. You can look at it. He had no limp. He was not. I mean, if he would have come up to me and said his ankle was hurt, and I'd been like, no, dude, I've been watching you. Your ankle ain't hurt. Get out there and play.
Yeah. Well, and he was supposed to be scheduled for surgery on January 18th. That never happened.
It didn't?
No. How hurt is your ankle? I know. And there's a video of him on, I think, Instagram or something. He's like dancing, but he's up on his tiptoes, basically. Some kind of dance. I don't know. I'm not a dancer. And you're like, if you have a bum ankle, like, you can't do that.
No.
He's just.
Yeah, like, Tristan Wirfs hurt his ankle. He went out there and tried to play after that. He got one rep in, and he was immediately like, you could see he couldn't put weight on it. You're like, okay, his ankle's hurt. Antonio Brown? No, you're just an idiot. Oh, my God.
I loved how on Brian Gumbel, he had to appear with his lawyer. And, it always cracks me up when people have to do that because you're like, oh, clearly they're there so you don't say anything to mess up your case.
Yes, right.
But I think he's a hard person to control and muzzle. How long until the attorney drops him as a client and sues him?
I know, because he's going to come out and say some stupid stuff, and the attorney's going to be like, what are you doing, man? Yeah,
and he's probably not going to pay his attorney's bill. Like, I hope you got a real big retainer. Like, I would say $100,000 at least. You better have sent in a retainer with this idiot.
Oh, my gosh, yes. You better have a retainer for sure. And, unfortunately, the Buccaneers will probably give him some money just to make it go away. Who knows? I don't know. But it seems to be what happens with these things. It's settled out of court.
I wouldn't. Yeah, they don't want to go to Discovery. They're just like, well, how much can we pay to shut you up to go away?
Right. Right. You've got Brian Flores has filed a lawsuit.
Oh, no. I didn't know if we were going to talk about this or not. It's really a shame because he nuked his NFL career. Like, he's not, no one's going to hire you now.
Well, we were all kind of surprised when he got fired from Miami. And I think this might be a reason why he's kind of got the Antonio Brown mentality of, he's this lawsuit, when you read it, it's damn near ridiculous. But of course, everybody in the media is jumping on it. It's the bandwagon. This is the next, this just proves that there's, racial biasness or whatever, whatever they can do. All these rich white people who earn a living reporting on African Americans. It's just, when are the fans going to turn around and go, hey, wait a minute. Y'all sure do talk about diversity a lot, but I don't see a lot in your newsroom. You got Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, all the Bucs media, and they're all sitting there going, there's just not enough diversity in the coaching staff, whatever. So, this guy, Brian Flores, he puts this suit out and he's talking about racial issues, but it's really he's just mad at his ex-boss.
Well, and he was mad at the Giants. The Giants is who he's alleging.
Well, yeah, that's because of the Bill Belichick tweet.
Yeah.
Or
text.
Which you got him to go, Belichick would not have made that mistake. He did that crap on purpose.
Well, Flores was one of his guys.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But
I think it just shines a light on how ridiculous the Rooney Rule is.
Right. Everybody knows
and
that.
People pay, teams pay lip service to it, and then they have their guy that they want, and that's who they hire, and everyone else is just a courtesy to check a box. And you're like, well, that's really antithetical to what their Rooney Rule is supposed to do.
Right. It's all theater.
It's all theater. And so, they just pay lip service to diversity. So you're like, okay, so maybe the Rooney Rule isn't the answer.
No.
I don't know what the answer is, but it doesn't seem like it's that. So
no, everybody knew this was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Somebody was going to go, oh, I didn't get hired, so therefore I'm going to, file a racial grievance or whatever.
Well, isn't that how the Rooney Rule, I don't know. I always thought that's how the Rooney Rule came about.
Right, but now it's, it's never going to stop. Because even if it was 100% coaches of, different colors, throughout the rainbow or whatever, and they were all of whatever diverse. It doesn't matter. Then it would be the owners, and then if it was, then you do that. Or
there's
owners,
not enough women coaches.
Right, not enough women coaches, and then if you get a bunch of women coaches, then it's like, oh, there's not enough Hawaiian coaches, and then it just never stops. It's never in. This grievance industry is big money. Mm-hmm. So, I want to see Tagliabue.
Who?
Or God, Jesus Christ,
Goodell?
I'm showing my age. Goodell. I want to say we need to replace Goodell, man. Get person of color in there.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Why not? I mean, you're going to talk all the talk. You got to walk the walk.
And then everyone can hate him as much as they hate Goodell.
Yeah. I mean, what the hell?
The commissioner.
But
I'd be fine with replacing Goodell. Like, that guy.
Yeah, he's horrible.
The worst.
Absolutely horrible. And I'm not a big fan. We talked about this, I think it was last year. Might have been this year. About the Rams having their stadium in L.A. and the NFL having an office right across the street, and then you got all these celebrities now that are fans of the Rams, and, they're all got the press box and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm not a big fan of that, and then you got all the betting going on with the NFL. They're partnering. I'm like, man, this is just gonna blow up in everybody's face.
Yeah.
Way too much coziness going on there.
I agree.
So
it's a new era. This is the post-Tom Brady era.
Yeah. Well, in the Brian Flores thing, he talks about the Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, offered him $100,000 a game to lose, right? Yeah, that was in 2019.
Yeah. So he kept quiet for a year.
And see, this is where you're just like, this is just a disgruntled employee.
Yeah.
He's mad he got fired. He was winning. He got fired. So he's mad now. And, $100,000 a game, that ain't chump change. It's going to be interesting to see if that ever comes out, but it won't. The NFL is going to do everything it can to squash this, pay people off, and it's going to disappear, and this will never go to court.
Well, then there's also an allegation that one of the owners was kind of tampering with Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he said that they had a meeting on a boat, on a yacht. Mm-hmm. And when he found out about it, he was invited. Mm-hmm. He found out about it. He refused to go. And
turns out it was Tom Brady.
Turns out it was Tom Brady. Yeah. So thank you, Brian Flores, for not going. Tom Brady must have been like, what the hell? The coach ain't going to show up? Yeah, I'm not coming here.
Was it for Miami? I don't know what team.
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's allegations against more than one team. I think against Denver, because Denver put out a statement about the lawsuit. He's accused them of something.
Yeah, well, these are all the teams that he went and interviewed with, and he said it was a sham. They already knew they weren't going to hire me. And all this. Everybody's been talking about this since the Rooney Rule came out.
Yeah, which I get why that would be very frustrating. But why are you mad at the teams? Be mad at the NFL for the Rooney Rule.
Yeah.
How
about this?
It's caused by the Rooney Rule that they're, having these sham interviews with people that they know that they're not going to hire.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and everybody, as soon as the Rooney Rule was talked about and instituted, everybody was like, well, this is just going to make people, have to interview people that they have no interest in hiring just to, get past the rule.
Yeah. And I get why that's frustrating on a coach's part. Like they're wasting your time and
wasting everybody's time.
Wasting everyone's time. It's just a waste of everyone's time.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but it's not the Rooney Rule.
It never has been the Rooney Rule. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting. It did shock the mess out of me when he got fired with Miami because, he turned that team around with, it wasn't like they had a lot of star power on there or big draft picks or anything. And he gets fired after a winning season. And nobody could explain why. Mm-hmm. And it appears that him and ownership didn't get along very well. Maybe the guy's got a bad attitude towards authority, or ownership down there just really sucks. Mm-hmm. If you're paying your coach
to lose,
you suck. But in their defense, they would have been able to get Joey Burrow.
But would they have gotten
Joe lost out? Yeah, they lost out on that. They tried to get him. They tried to trade him like 3 first-round draft picks to move up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they wanted Burrow bad.
Dang.
And
that sucks. And Brian Flores would not go along.
Screwed it. Well, yeah. So
I don't know. I want a coach that wants to win.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want someone who's going to tank games because he was paid to. I mean, it's coming from his boss this time, but what if it's somebody else next time?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want.
Yeah, that's a bad precedent to set.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of tanking games. I mean, I understand it happens, and sometimes it does make sense and everything, but it just kind of dilutes the game.
Yeah, it's against the spirit of the game.
Yeah, yeah. So all kinds of mess going on with the NFL, and none of it's good right now.
It does feel like a mess. I just feel like I need a drink.
Yeah, let's do a drink, man.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
I got a case of beer sitting out on the back porch that I've been looking at every time I go out there.
It's calling your name.
Yeah. Yeah, so the NFL's lost Tom Brady. They got 2 lawsuits going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need something good to happen.
Maybe the Bengals can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that'd be good. I don't know. The Rams, there's a lot of star power on the Rams and a lot of celebrity fans of the Rams. So if the Rams win...
Yeah, but I think the majority of people would like to see those people miserable.
This is true. But you've got a lot of people that just adore celebrities and worship them. So
yeah, women.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And they're trying to bring women into the league more and more. So, which that's going to be a disaster. I am totally with John Gruden on that one. Get mad at me if you want to, but anywhere women go, it's kind of like, guys act different around women. It's just how it is. Women act different around guys. The sexes are...
There's a lot of biology behind that.
Yeah.
Thousands of years of evolution. Yeah. I mean...
when you get a girl around guys in a sport, in a team environment, it throws things off, man. It just does. Even if they're not even attractive or whatever, you got to worry about a lot of stuff. And I'm waiting. This is kind of like this lawsuit here with Brian Flores is going to spark off a bunch of stuff. We all know that. But I'm waiting for the sexual harassment lawsuits from one of these female coaches. That's coming. Ain't no getting around that. That is coming. And that's going to be a huge issue. Might even take the NFL down. Who knows?
I don't think so. I think they like to settle these things quietly.
Oh, yes, they do.
I mean, because that's what's going on in Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole thing is kind of quieted down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should be getting their new team name tomorrow.
Woohoo!
But I think it's the Commanders. I had seen something where the Commanders had been, I think the domain or something had been transferred to the NFL's media thing, something like that.
That's an absolute horrible name.
I agree. I like the Warriors.
Yeah.
They should have gone to
the Red
Warriors.
Tails. They had the red something. I don't think they ever should have changed their name to begin with, but obviously I'm an old minority person. I am in the minority. When is the Chiefs going to get it? Did you notice in the NFC Championship they were all doing the tomahawk or the chant, the war chant?
Would they show it on the?
You could hear it.
I thought they were banning that. I thought they were saying they couldn't do it anymore at the stadium.
Well, you could hear it.
Yeah. I just don't understand how they haven't had to change their name.
It's coming.
I think the compromise was they wouldn't do the chop anymore, but I think they're still doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
When you win, people aren't coming after you like that.
Yeah. That's probably what the problem with the Redskins was.
Yeah, they were right for the pick and low-hanging fruit, man.
Yeah. But plus they're right there in D.C. Mm-hmm. Good Lord.
You got all the woke scolds up there. They congregate.
Oh, you went there.
Huh?
I said you went there.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of changes coming to the NFL, whether we like it or not. We don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like Brady leaving.
I don't do well with change a lot of time. Well, I deny it for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Well, we got a few months to dwell on it and get over it.
Drink ourselves into a stupor.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan to me. I think I'm going to start right now. As soon as we get off here. It's stupid time.
Yeah. Man, this sucks. I'm not prepared to rebuild. Now, usually that comes with a new coach. That's what we're accustomed to, is a new coach and then the rebuild. Mm-hmm. But now, same coach, new quarterback.
Hopefully.
Which it doesn't, when you say it like that, it doesn't feel so insurmountable. I mean, just one position, that's all you gotta replace. But
it's the most important position.
Yes, and it's the best quarterback has ever been.
Right. Yeah, who wants to follow in those footsteps?
Oh, no.
Mac Jones, that's who.
Who was that?
The quarterback for the Patriots.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah, okay. That guy. I read on Twitter that Brady's gonna retire a Patriot. He's gonna sign a one-day contract.
Yep.
Which that hurts me too.
I know, right? You're like, man, I was hoping he was mad at him and he would just retire as a Buccaneer.
I know.
Dang
it.
He's going to live in Tampa, though, right? That's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, they just built that giant mansion.
Did they build one?
Didn't they buy one and then tear it down and build a new one?
I don't remember.
We covered it. It was like a TMZ story.
Yeah.
I forget. I thought it was. Anyway. Yeah.
Man, it's a new era. Dawn of a new day.
I hate everything.
Yeah. Well, Buck fans, AJ, let's be thankful that we had 2 years. It was great. It was a great 2 years.
No.
We won a Super Bowl. They had a good season this year.
I want more.
Had some great games. And that Buffalo game was great. I was rewatching that earlier. That overtime pass to Perriman. Pew, touchdown. Stadium was going crazy. Wow. Yeah, so what's happening with the season tickets now? People are probably like, taking their names off the list now. Yeah, never mind. Mm-hmm. We'll wait and see.
Well, I'm bummed we never got to see Tom Brady live.
Well, he couldn't the first year. Yeah. And then, you couldn't even go to practices and stuff for the past 2 years. So what were we going to do? Go to the game. Yeah. Yeah, if we would have thought about it a little bit harder, we probably would have decided to go to the Carolina game.
I would have had to drag you kicking and screaming.
To go to the Carolina game? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I just hate going to enemy stadiums anymore.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It was fun when I was younger.
When it didn't hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Taking a punch.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know. The beer probably helps with that, right?
Yeah, it numbs you up. Yeah. Doesn't help with your coordination and punching back, but helps you take one.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get off here. All depressed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Any last words?
No. This game's stupid. I hate football.
Let's start watching hockey. I haven't watched any sport any other sport than football in probably 20 years. Because I just couldn't. I watch them all. I was a big fan of hockey. I was a New Jersey Devil fan, a big fan of NASCAR. I was a
Matt
Kenseth fan. As a matter of fact, I think it was 2003 was the best year I did the trifecta. It'll never happen again. Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. The Devils won the Stanley Cup, and Matt Kenseth won the NASCAR championship. All three of my teams. And I watched, hockey is on every damn night just about. Mm-hmm. I watched every single game. I watched every single race. I watched every single football. And, after a couple of years, I was just like, man, this is like consuming my life. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I got to cut it out. Okay, cut them all out except for the Buccaneers. So now, what am I going to do this summer? I'm just going to sit here and look at the internet and say, who are we getting a quarterback? Who are we getting for quarterback?
I hate this part. This is what I hate about fandom.
Man.
The rebuilds, the uncertainty, the rebuild.
Yeah.
There's so much mediocre and below average talent.
This is very true. It's very, very true. It's hard to get a winning team together, man. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do. So many variables. You get to some of the best players in the world, put them out there on the field. You ain't got the good coach. You ain't got a good general manager. You ain't got a good locker room. All kinds of things that can go wrong, mm-hmm. and generally will and does. Mm-hmm. So we had 2 great years, man.
Not enough. You know how many years I endured of shit? 9, 10
years. Yeah. Yeah. You hit us when we were damn near rock bottom.
God. All I get is 2.
But that's just a testament to your fandom that you became a fan and you stuck with it for 10 years when they were absolute crap.
Spare me. I had no choice.
Don't blame me.
It's your fault. I was trying to be Patriots fans.
Oh. You hush your mouth. All right, let's get off here. I'm hungry and thirsty.
Okay.
All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up for us. Don't be too upset. Every year it's a new team. So we did what we could do this year. Made a good run. Got 2 extra games. 3, actually, if you include the extra week that was added. But we got 2 more than most teams. And, had the best record of Buccaneers that we ever had. Brady set all kinds of records. We're going to go down in history with that. So there you go. Time to move on. And with that in mind, till next time, do it.
I'm not saying it.
Do it.
Go Bucs.